Factor.
In a bid to bring you even closer to the X Factor contestants I know you love, I've decided I'm going to go inside the insides of the programme that takes you inside the insides of the X Factor. Unfortunately, it's very dark, and I'm getting a little bit scared. And actually, it doesn't smell very nice either. So you're just going to have to be satisfied with being inside the insides.
Good evening, welcome. We are Excess All Areas, and this is the Xtra Factor. This is the Xtra Factor Excess All Areas. We've got a great show for you tonight. Dr. Linda's going to be here trying to help us cure John from G4's bouts of crying, which seem to happen at the drop of a hat. Phil Gould from OK Magazine is going to be here talking us through the very sexy and exclusive photo shoot that all the three guys, all the three acts have been doing for their magazine. And as well as that, we're going to be hearing them all as they do their sound checks in preparation for tomorrow night's big show. But first of all, when we started these Friday Festivals of Fun on the Xtra Factor, when we started 7 weeks ago, would you believe it? I used to be greeted with rapturous applause at the top of the show that was a bit like this. Now, however, when I say welcome to the show, this is all I get. I'd just like to point out, however, it's not because they're bored with my rubbish gags, is it? It's not the inane conversation. It's not even childlike questions, is it? No, it's more pathetic than that. It's because every week they've been dropping like flies. One's been going, and now they're even rarer than one of Sharon's diamonds, for heaven's sake. I didn't mean it, Tabby.
You gave a fly lock there, didn't you?
OK, look, there might only be a few of them left. We're going to be talking to later, but they are still making the news, so it's time to find out what they've been up to this week. It's time for the headlines. Tabby's arithmetic was questioned in the week when he was asked, what is 1 + 2? Hey. Steve's first efforts at writing lyrics go terribly, terribly wrong. And finally, Simon Cowell has admitted to the press that he won't be marrying Terry. Terry, apparently, is inconsolable. Now then, I have to say, it's very often said, this is a serious bit, it's very often said that people who go through a traumatic experience together often bond, they become great friends. So you can imagine how difficult it is for our contestants when the harrowing emotional nightmare that happens every week when they say goodbye yet again to another musical brother in arms. It really must be awful, I can't begin to imagine. But it's great for us, because we get to stick a camera in their face, ask how they're feeling about it, and entertain you with what they say.
I feel quite sorry for Rowetta. We've not always seen eye to eye, but she did herself proud tonight. She was fantastic.
It was very sad to see her go, obviously. It was sad to see anybody go.
I love Rowetta. I make no bones about it. I love her. You know, I think she's a fantastic, real person.
We're in the top 3! Yeah!
I can't believe how close I am to winning.
Very, very happy now. There's only 3 left. I can't believe it.
The audience is getting bigger. We're getting more support. And semi-final. I don't know. Only 2 weeks left of the entire show. It's difficult to take in, really.
I didn't enter this competition expecting to get this far. And every week it just gets better and better.
Being in the X Factor during the week is like living in a tumble dryer.
It's never ending. Never ending. It's brilliant. I would not change it for the world.
Round and round and round and round and round and round. There's so much to do. You're doing this, that, and it's just going all the time, you know. And on a Saturday night, if you're lucky enough to get through, you get to step out of the tumble dryer, get a breath of fresh air, and come Sunday morning, you've got to go into routine and you step back into the tumble dryer and it starts all over again.
It was emotional. It was a very emotional night. Do you feel like you're out in the tumble dryer at the moment?
Listen, hey, of course you took out the bit where I said I love being here.
I just like the tumble dryer analogy.
Yeah, it's good, isn't
How is
it?
it? Are we on the spin cycle at the moment?
No, I think we're in the drain and rinse.
The drain and rinse. Okay, fantastic. Strange things in your tumble dryer, I tell you. Right.
Weird guy, am I?
That was how they were feeling then. We want to find out how they're feeling now. It's good to have you all back, guys, yet again. Only 2 weeks to go. We're getting very close, and there's only boys left. And is this why, Matt, you've got a black eye?
What do you mean?
Now get close in on, Sarge, get really close in on his left eye. Can you see? Matt has a bit of a black eye.
Just a little one.
He has employed a makeup artist to hide it. What happened?
I was at a
Honestly?
party, came home, I was a little bit drunk, and the light wasn't on. I fell over a pair of shoes and smacked my head into the door. Thank you very much, Ben. You will die later.
I think it's a very showbiz story.
Well, you know, live life in the fast lane. You know.
Quite right, too. Congrats these G4 boys. Hey, look, I hear you got to sing in front of 20,000 people at Watford. What was that like?
Funny, aren't you? It was funny. I was.
Did you not?
I did, yeah.
You did?
No, I did, yeah.
Well, why am I being funny then?
It was a fantastic experience.
What happened? Did you not enjoy it?
No, of course I did, yeah. It was mad. I couldn't hear myself, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I couldn't hear myself.
So what happened?
Well, just myself and Ozzy went out into the middle of the football ground and to a charged-up crowd of 20,000 people, and it was good, though. It was great, man.
Good crack.
Brilliant fun, though, I have to say. I was very nervous, though, you know?
Yeah.
I was just kind of... I didn't know what to expect.
But you gets you used to the idea of doing big arena tours, though. 20,000 people, that'd
Sure
be quite a
does,
laugh,
man.
wouldn't
Yeah,
it?
sure does, yeah. It was great, though. I didn't know what to expect. It turned out cool, though.
Yeah, excellent. And Steve, I understand you've been doing a spread for the Sun.
Did I? I can't remember.
Who was your hero? You did it all as hero? You can't remember. So many photo shoots.
So little time. Yeah, I think we all did.
Yeah, well, I want to know who your hero was.
They got me to do a Robert Palmer sort of thing.
So you've dressed as Robert Palmer?
Well, which isn't hard, it's just a pair of trousers, a white shirt and a tie, you know.
So a lot of thought gone into that
A lot
one.
of thought went into that one.
Excellent. Well, we look forward to seeing that shoot when it comes out. Now, look, obviously we're going to be talking to the guys for the rest of today's show, so we're going to find out more how they're doing and what they're going to be singing on tomorrow's big show. But, of course, the dramatic events of last week's show were when one of the most interesting characters ever to grace national television anywhere in the world was unfortunately asked to leave the competition. This is what happened.
The first act to go through to the semi-final is... Tabby! The second act through to the semi-final is... G4! The third act through to the semi-final is... Steve! Congratulations to G4 Tabby and Come with me.
And as you saw from that clip there's only one man that can get Rowetta to sit in the position she's been asked to sit in. So, Tabby, can you go and get Rowetta, please? Here she is. Come back. Skipping in.
He's gonna step on you.
So how you doing?
I'm really well.
She can sit next to her. How you all doing? How's it going?
I'm good, thank you.
How's the week been away from everybody?
I saw them all on Tuesday night at the Now party, so I went home on Wednesday. I haven't told my friends I've gone home. They think I'm coming home tomorrow, so I had a really nice couple of days with my son and my dogs.
Just with the family, catching up and stuff. Is it a bit of a relief to be out of the competition and sort of the pressure to be gone now and just to be able to just be yourself and stuff?
No, it was a relief to go home because I really wanted to go home and just not answer the phone for a couple of days. It's been brilliant.
Okay, now look, the word on everybody's lips last week was that you had a little bit too much booze during the show. And so in a bid to prove your innocence, we managed to dig out some CCTV footage of you before you came on, which I think is quite conclusive in what it finds. Let's just have a quick look at this.
Hold it there, love. It's got to check you for booze. What's this? Right, off you go, love.
nothing to drink. Security wouldn't let you in with any booze.
So you have to smuggle it in, don't you?
Now, I understand that you went out on a big night out with Kelly Osbourne.
Yeah, I did. I was only out a couple of hours with Kelly because she doesn't drink, and I went out after to another party.
Was she not hardcore enough for you?
I was too hardcore that night.
Really?
Yeah, because I've concentrated on the show for months and months and months, so that was the end of it, and it just... I drank the bottle of whiskey my mum bought me.
Just the one?
Just the one.
So it was a quiet night then?
Yeah, so I'm sorry I missed my press conference, but you didn't want to see me on Sunday morning.
I'm sure they would have wanted to smell. I can imagine what it would have been like if you turned up. And well, what's next though? What's been going on since you got home? Are you sort of going to try and pursue a record contract?
Yeah, I've got a great manager now out of this show, so T-Force are looking after me, and hopefully I'll get a deal. I'd love to bring a record out and do some gigs. I'm doing quite a few PAs hopefully after the show's finished, and you know, maybe some TV work as well, so...
Really?
You never know.
Sort of presenting or something like that?
I don't know. I'm saying nothing. You never know.
Keep the doors open. What about West End musical?
Maybe. I don't know.
Chicago?
No. I can't dance, so it's not going to be a dancey role.
There's a couple of big roles in Chicago that don't involve dancing. Well, look,
yeah, there is.
There is. You could do the mum of the head jailer.
I could.
Yeah, that'd be a cracker.
We'll see.
That's a great idea.
Anything.
Who do you think is going to win now?
I've no idea. Anybody could win, because I know they've all got big followings. Obviously, I support Tada because he's my best friend, but I should really support Steve as well for Simon, because Simon and his team have... Louis, I'm sorry, but Louis saying I've cheated by miming and smuggling and whiskey. I think dirty tricks on... But I think G4 deserves to win as well as the other two, but I'm not happy with Louis.
Do you think it's the press misinterpreting what Louis had said?
Not at all. Louis is a little...
Yeah, don't say it, don't say it. And look, we've got loads of emails. Just to quickly go, we had tons. This from Sarah. I was devastated when you left. I cried when you left. I miss you already, Ro. I love you, Ro. And this is from Greg. Where to do? You definitely didn't deserve to go. You were the best. I don't know a single person who can fault you, not after I've been through them anyway. Lots of love. And Greg's only 12, and he's beating people up who don't think you...
Thank you, Greg and Sarah. I've just got to say a quick hello to Pop Idol veteran and the Go Rank, I can't say it, Go Row campaigners on the Digital Spy Forum, the X Factor Forum, I have the X Factor and Voice of Treason, and Rowetta.com, everyone at Rowetta.com.
Anybody that knows Rowetta ever in a life.
Go Row campaigners, I love you, thank you.
We're going to take a short break. We'll be back with loads more after this.
See ya!
Welcome back to the Xtra Factor XS All Areas. We've got tons more still to come. One of you lucky contestants is going to be playing our competition examination to win all sorts of fantastic prizes. As well as that, our behavioural expert is going to be offering our contestants some advice on how to cope with the stress of the semi-final tomorrow. But first, please give it up for OK Jono and entertainment editor Phil Gould. Hi, Phil.
Yeah, right.
Thanks for coming into our little home.
No problem.
Now, you guys did a very exclusive shoot with our contestants.
We did.
A couple of days ago. How did it go?
Well, fine, yeah. They all seemed to enjoy it, and I think they were relaxed more this time than when we did the first shoot with them, when it was the final 9, so...
Right, OK. Well, we've got some exclusive pictures, so we can have a look at how the boys were looking. G4 boys, looking very swart. Matt, looking quite mean there.
Yeah, up on the roof, I think that was. So
Was it
I
up
think
on the
they were
roof?
probably freezing more than anything.
And what about Tabs?
Yeah, well, that's
Ooh,
rock and roll, that is,
sexy
isn't it?
girl
There
pose.
you go, so...
Do you like that one? Look at me, ladies. That's a
think
great pose, though.
He was pleased with that, I think.
Yeah, it looks
It's
sharp.
the way he wanted to look after all these weeks, so...
And so, OK, so you let them have a little bit of sort of, this is what I'd like to pose, this is how I'd like to...
Yeah, well, they sort of worked with the photographer really on it.
Okay.
Apart from Steve,
Apart
they
from
made him
Steve.
do what he was told.
Yeah,
you know,
just do what you told Stevie.
He's got his shirt on, so it's a good start for a change.
That chair's actually the same colour as his face as well, look at that.
Yeah, mahogany.
I'm only joking. And I think there's one of Rowetta as well.
There is,
wow.
yeah.
Okay,
So
with the killer heels.
that's right, and the photographer even got to stick a leg behind her head at one point, which is pretty scary, I think.
That's for his own private collection.
That's right, yeah.
How have you found that the guys have changed? Because you did a photo shoot with them a while ago, didn't you? You said they've relaxed a lot.
Yeah, I think they've relaxed, but I think they've also gotten a lot more serious now because they realise this is it now and they all stand a good chance of winning. Whereas when we did the final 9, it was all great, we've got here, but, you know, we're going to enjoy it for whatever, you know, it comes to, so...
Yeah. The question that everyone was asking me earlier when they were hearing all these guys, who takes the longest in makeup? Who was the longest in makeup on the day?
Steve, yeah.
Was it Steve?
That's 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
That's what he tells everybody, so...
Obviously, I mean, the guys are still having a good laugh with it and stuff, but of all of them, I mean, why is it that they're so important to magazines like yours, just in terms of what the readers are after?
Well, our readers seem to love, like, you know, reality TV shows, and this is like a great one, and it's got all the elements. It's got a competition, so you've got groups and different age groups, so really they're just appealing to the whole TV audience.
And who particularly do you think is selling your magazine? And who are people really liking?
Well, I think G4 are getting more and more popular with our readers.
Really?
Yeah, and quite an age range as well. So we have, like, you know, our fashion editor who's in her mid-20s, she said, well, I think they're going to be the ones. And then, you know, we had a letter from a 71-year-old pensioner who said she was their biggest fan, so...
And this is the letter. You've actually brought a copy of this letter.
That's it.
This is a fantastic letter that she's actually written to you, saying that they've inspired her to...
Yeah, give up smoking, so you work medical wonders as well now, so, and she sent you a poem, lad, so...
Wow. Paul, thank you. The women love sending the G4 boys poems. I don't know what it is.
And everything else.
Yeah, and a few other things. Oh, you finally got some knickers?
I did, I got some. Do you want to see them?
I'm sure, well, we can see them now, or we can see them later.
I'll do it quickly now.
You've got them in a jiffy bag.
So thanks to Danny and Jem.
Are they real? They're real?
They're real. I'm not sure if they're worn. You can sniff them later.
Thanks, John. I think that's a little bit more than we needed. Who can you see, Phil, on the cover of the magazine in a year's time, still selling photos?
I think they all actually stand a good chance, really, because I think they've all got a fan base now.
Right.
And, you know, I think a lot of them are going to be around. Obviously, they've got the tour, haven't they, next spring and everything, so that's selling well. And I think people have got to know them more, so I think they're all probably going to do quite well.
You're hedging your bet, sitting on the fence.
I am, yeah, that's it. There's too many of them over there, so...
Well, for the time being, Phil, thank you very much. Phil Gould, everybody. Thanks for coming in, that was great. Now then, as you know, we like to spend as much time as possible with our contestants. This week, it was Tabby who had to have us for 24 hours. This is what happens when you leave him with a camera and just himself as an editor.
4:45 in the morning, very, very early. Actually, it's 10:07 now. All the boys now from G4 have arrived in their cars. Hello, 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 hello. Tonight, playing to your vote and your support, it's G4! 1 3 2 3 2. Another tree, another tree, another tree, another tree. We have just arrived at our destination, which is the Holborn Street Studios. Check out Jonathan. Doesn't he look fantastic? Tonight, Matthew, I'm going to be Mark Coleman. Do you believe in love after love?
They're still asleep. Wake up, wake up, wake up, we're back on. Thank you for that, Toby, that was great. You weren't in drag, were you?
No, I was Mark Bolan, man.
You looked very cool with it. Looked very cool.
Wasn't it? It was a good laugh.
Really
We had a good laugh that day, actually. The boys looked great, and you know what I mean? And Steve had beautiful women with him. He had 3 beautiful women with him.
You guys were dressed up as Queen, the Bohemian Rhapsody pose particularly. You were Robert Palmer?
Yeah, with 3 lovely ladies.
Robert Palmer, Robert Plant?
Huh?
Robert Palmer?
Robert Palmer.
Robert Palmer and Mark Bolan.
Yes.
Excellent. Well, look, it's very apt, and there's only you can see. By the way, you can see those pictures in the sun tomorrow. That's really important. You can actually see how they all turned out. See if they did look like they were in drag, or whether they did look like they're heroes.
I really want to look like I was in drag.
Okay, we've got your email to share with the guys now. We're going to get stuck straight in. Steve, this is from Sharon, who's a PR manager in Essex. Okay. We would love Steve to come and sing in our store this Christmas. Most of our customers are mums, and he's the housewife's choice. We already have, and this is very exciting, but they've already confirmed an ABBA lookalike band and a Cliff Richard lookalike band, who was on stage in those. Would you consider it, and how much would you be?
I would consider it. I don't know about price yet. I'll have to speak to my manager.
How much? Hey, you could be on the same bill as Cliff
you know
Richard.
what?
Yeah.
Most of my gigs, when I used to gig, was Essex. Basildon, all around there.
East Ham Social Club.
East Ham Social Club.
Stevie Brook.
Yeah, which is good, yes.
There you go, okay, you can take that.
Wicked.
So you could be turning up at a shopping centre near you in Essex.
Lakeside.
Steve, this is from Matthew Smith. Steve has got a heavenly voice. Steve has got a smile like Sean Connery and a face like George Clooney. This guy has got soul. I adore him.
Good.
There you go. Thanks for that, Matt.
Thank you very much.
Tabby, we've had loads of emails for you this week. This is from Annika. Can't wait to see Tabby in the final. I think he should do an Aussie song. Would he consider it?
Cheers, I would.
Yeah?
Yeah, I would, yeah.
But you're not, so if you get to the final, you maybe will see a little bit of Aussie there?
But yes, Ben is fit.
Oh, I missed that bit out. Tabby, this is from Emily. Just wanted to wish you luck and tell you I love you. I'm your biggest fan. Can I come to the studio and be your makeup artist / dresser? Do you blow dry your hair? I have some hair straighteners that I could bring with me. Do you blow it dry?
I think they run a hairdryer or something.
They run a hairdryer. Could she come down and...
Yeah, I'd love to have you down.
Okay, there you go. Get in contact with us, see if we can get you down.
Come down.
I'd love to see what would happen to the hair. There's some more there.
Tabby, you are incredible.
Hold on, what about your stage slide? I've been
on my knees. I ruined my
That's
shadow.
Paul Smith suit.
I know.
They phoned us up, wait there. They got a patch. Got a little patch for your trousers.
If you didn't see last Saturday's show, I got a bit carried away, did a stage slide on the main stage, and I ripped my Paul Smith suit. Did they send that to you?
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Thank you very much, Paul. I'm sure he was involved. Okay, guys, G4. This is to John, G4, from Clarissa in Edinburgh. Hi, John. I was really sorry to hear about your mum. All of my £10 pocket money and £5 birthday money that I've been saving went on top-up cards to vote for you guys. I hope she's feeling better. You're my hero. 15 quid from one girl. All her pocket money. I hope you realise you're doing this to the girls of this country. And there's another one. If you gained an extra member, would you consider becoming G5?
We've had a couple of requests, actually.
Really? People to come in?
Mark, Sharon's vocal coach, definitely asked about becoming G5, and we'll think about it.
Okay, think about it. Just quickly while we go around, Tabby, what are you singing tomorrow?
I'm doing In the Name of Love by U2 Pride, and I'm doing Salem by Rod Stewart.
Cracking tunes.
Have I told you that I Love You by Van Morrison? And
great version.
Yeah, and The Greatest Love of All, George Benson.
Okay, guys. Bohemian Rhapsody. Shall I think for you?
I had to think for a second there. Yeah, we're doing Bohemian Rhapsody and we're doing technically a Christmas Carol, Oh Holy Night.
Excellent.
But we're kind of doing a different version.
So we look forward to that. So we're getting all Christmassy tomorrow with you guys. Yeah. Cool, okay. Well, there's one more mail I've got to get to you that's got to the top through guile, through wit, and through just being plain mad. It's the email of the week. We have yet another poem for John from G4. This is from Jenny Bull. There's a running theme. And you'll love this. Every time you sing, down my spine I shiver. Every time I see you, my knees they quiver. This is the effect you have on me. More of you I want to see. I watch your tears pour. My heart can't take any more. It's for you that I long, don't let this be wrong. My love you'll always be, I love you for eternity. How good is that? Come on, give a round of applause for Jenny. Jenny, you get a couple of tickets to the X Factor tour, which is going to be cracking. VIP treatment for all of you along the way. We did, and also, if you want to watch the tour, you can get, rather than sort of doing it through a mental mail, you can do it by sort of getting a very comfortable seat. Rather than doing anything like that. We're going to be going to all of the cities that are streaming across the country, right there, from Manchester. Starts next February. Verity's going to be there.
Verity desperately wants to do
it. Despite what it says in the press, Verity's very keen. Everybody else, Rowetta's going to be there, the whole lot. So it's going to be great. If you fancy going and seeing that tour, which starts in February, and visiting all those cities, all you have to do is get onto the website. The website address, all the tickets can be purchased there, is itv.com/xfactor. And of course, bear in mind, there's only going to be a couple of these guys left next week, the acts, there are only going to be 2 left. This could be the last time you get to email them. So email us, xfactor@itv.com. That's what you need to do to contact them. It could be the last one, which would be pretty intense, wouldn't it? Anyway, now then, I think G4's John has officially stolen the crown from Gaza as the nation's king of crying. Would you agree with that? Now, while you lot might find this very cute and an endearing trait, here on ITV2 we are very worried about this. We're starting to get a bit worried. In a bid to get to the bottom of it, we're going to be talking to Dr. Linda about your waterworks and warbling. Please welcome Dr. Linda, everybody. Come in, Linda. Now, needless to say, John doesn't see this as a problem. He's just emotional. He's in touch with his manhood. But what? Not necessarily his manhood. That'd be weird. But why is he crying so much? We've got to battle on. Forget I didn't say it. Why is he crying so much?
Well, people that cry a lot, sometimes it's because they cry for different reasons. And I think everyone assumes that people just cry when they become extremely upset. People cry because they're angry. People cry because they're elated. People cry because they feel that they want to get something out that they can't. What interests me about you, though, is you're so amazingly eloquent and articulate. So you're very, very, you know, every time you've spoken, you've been right on the ball with what you've said. So it's interesting that you kind of do both. What I would say, though, is that it's extremely endearing in a way. I think it does kind of keep you very, very real. I mean, it must be an amazingly intense experience. I can only imagine that.
It is for all of us.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone in the group shed a few tears, and I've even seen couple of the other guys, so it's getting all of us, and it's very strong.
But also interesting thing with the group dynamic, I think with you guys, you've been sort of singled out as the front man very early on. So all eyes in many ways are on you, and I wonder if the reason that you cry is because you feel that you hold a lot of the sort of the tension for the rest of the group.
Responsibility almost as well.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Maybe. I don't particularly feel that. It's a real group
the worst,
effort.
aren't you? I'm not. I'm joking, there. In fact, your dad, when I met your dad, but when you got through, he said you get the crying through him. He cries very easily as well. So.
I knew my mum did. Dad hides it.
Yeah, it's a family trait, of course. Now, these guys obviously going to be under an awful lot of stress tomorrow night. What can they do to try and control their emotions?
I think with everybody, I think the main thing that you need to do is focus on what's happening rather than what you're feeling, which is so hard. I think a big part of doing well is going to be about feeling while you're singing, but when you pull back, focus on the moment, on what you're doing. You know, if you were athletes, what I'd be saying to you is see yourself crossing the finish line. Focus on your breathing, on your rhythm. You're singers. Focus on the things, you know, the technical side, but at the same time, visualize yourselves at that ending point, where you want to be, how you want to be.
Does that make sense to you, Steve? Sort of thing that, do you think it's the sort of thing that you'll try and take and use? Because, you know, last week was a problem because the crowd was so loud you couldn't hear the music. That must have sort of thrown you.
Yeah, it did. I mean, I kind of visualise everything that I expect to happen. That's something I didn't expect, so it did throw me. But generally speaking, I have been focusing quite hard over the last couple of weeks, especially.
And who do you think might handle the pressure, or who have you noticed sort of seems to handle the pressure quite well?
I think you all, I mean, it's funny because I speak to you guys afterwards and you say, oh, I didn't like myself doing this or that, and you know, maybe I'm just not very good at noticing, but I haven't noticed that, so you seem to come across as handling it well. What I would say is this is going to be the hardest week of all. I don't think it's going to be next week. I think this week is going to be very, very competitive, and the tension must feel very real now. You've come so close. It's going to feel a lot harder to kind of let it go. I would, as much as possible, try today and tomorrow, well, today at least the last part, to get away from it. So do whatever you're going to do, but then get away. Go to where your roots are. By that, you know, where your rocks are, whether they're your parents or your favorite CDs or your books or your bubble, I don't know, whatever it is, go to that, your babies.
Okay, wherever they might be. Unfortunately, we've run out of time, Linda. Thank you very much. Obviously, timely advice for all the guys. Thank you very much, Linda, everybody. Okay, there's people up and down the country humming a particular tune. Here's the answer to this week's Jurasso Hums. It's so easy, Miss Dynamite. There you go, very straightforward. One of you lucky lot are going to be playing for those prizes when we get back after the break.
Nokia, giving you the X Factor.
Oh, spicy chicken tender crisp. I can't really take that kind of heat myself.
Not yet. Don't get carried away. Welcome back to the X Factor. Was that your Fonz impression? Hey. No. Now there's still loads more to come. This is our agreement. As you can see, we're running low on contestants. They're becoming an endangered species. Tabby's done a little bit of a runner as well. We're going to be talking to him a little bit later on. But while we still have some of them here, we're going to soldier on and bring you the best TV show we possibly can. One of you clever lot out there has guessed what Jurassic was humming. It was Miss Dynamite. But she also has been picked at random to play our competition. We've got a bonus prize for you today, one that you didn't know you were going to get, caller. It is, of course, this X Factor Reveal DVD. It's going to be out on the 6th of December. All the best, all the greatest auditions. And just to give you a little taster, this is what's on the DVD.
Tragedy, when the feeling's gone, you can't go on, it's tragedy. When the morning flies, you don't know why it's not too bad. With no one to love you, you're going nowhere. It's cool.
There you go, see? You get all of that and more. So I can now exclusively reveal the name of the person chosen to play examination is Kelly Gower in Croydon. Hello, Kelly, can you hear us?
I can, hello.
How are you feeling?
Fine, thank you.
You're not a little nervous?
I'm still in hysterics after that clip from the DVD.
Ah, you see, yes, exactly. Well, you're going to try and draw yourself together. Well done for getting this far. You've won all these fantastic shiny prizes, like the tickets for the final, which is pretty impressive, the X Factor karaoke software, and those wonderful mugs. However, If you get a few more questions correct, you could be going home with this DVD player, LCD TV, and one of these. Joe Pasquale live, courtesy of Classic Pictures. It's a great DVD, actually. It's before he went into the jungle. Now, you were going to play examination. I might have just broken it. Oops. We're going to be playing examination with you to the music of the High Chaparral this week. But first of all, you've got to tell me which of your favourite contestants you want to be tested on. Who is your favourite contestant?
John.
Okay. And who does he sing with?
Sorry?
Who does he sing with?
G4.
Right! There's a little bit of favouritism going on here. Okay. You're going to have 45 seconds on the clock. You've got to get a load of questions right or wrong. Hopefully you'll get them right. Let's play examination. Okay, Kelly. Right, we've got to push this on. Can I have 45 seconds on the screen, please? Kelly, you ready?
Yep.
Okay, they're true or false questions. Make sure you always answer.
Okay.
G4, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, you've got to get 7 right to win the prizes. Your time starts now.
After our first audition, Simon told us we don't need this competition to be a success. True or false?
True.
Correct.
After Simon's praise during auditions, I burst into tears. True or false?
True.
Correct.
The G in G4 stands for gravy, which is my favourite food. True or false?
False.
Correct.
I appeared singing in a choir in the film Four Weddings and a Funeral. True or false?
False.
I'm afraid that's true.
I started in music playing the French horn. True or false?
True.
That's false. It was the trombone.
When we stayed in the competition at the expense of Voices with Soul, I burst into tears. True or false?
Correct.
My surname Thapper hails from the Maori term Thapapa, meaning he of the deep voice. True or false?
False.
Correct. Come on.
We sang the same song twice, both at boot camp and our first audition. True or false?
True.
Correct. One more.
I was the 4th member to join G4. True or false?
True.
Yes, it's true.
I'm afraid it was false. Oh! Klaxon. It was Matt. Matt was the 4th member. Although I do think there might... No, the music started. I can't ever give him another go if the music starts. That's it. I'm sorry, Kelly. You have won those prizes. You will get to come down to the competition for the final. So, congratulations. I am sorry. You haven't won anything. That means we've got tons of DVDs to give away, and we've only got one more show to give it away for, which is next week.
Sorry.
If you want to enter the competition, this is how you do it.
You've got wicked BO. I'm going to be sick. Please go away.
We all know Girasso hums, but can you guess what he's humming? Is it A, hit the road jack, B, hit me baby one more time, or C, my baby hit me and it hurts? If you know the answer, call 09011 30 40 30, or text WIN followed by your answer, A, B or C, followed by the name of your favourite contestant to 61102. Happy humming and good luck.
It's worth entering because we've got tons of DVDs to give away. There's only one more show, for heaven's sake. Right, we've got a 3 for 2 special. Usually we only hear 2 acts rehearsed. Tonight, we're going to hear all 3 as they do their sound checks down there on the big cross. Before that, though, we wanted to get to the heart of what our judges were really like. You know, so we decided to ask them some probing questions about life, love, and whether they've ever been on a bus.
My musical hero would be Frank Sinatra.
I suppose John Lennon.
I've always loved Elton John. When I was like, I think one of my first records was Elton John album, and David Bowie is just, they're 2 great stars.
I think it's going to have to be the lead singer now from Busted, who is becoming very obnoxious.
Who do I find most nauseating? God, there's bloody loads of them.
If I could sack a pop star, I'd sack Ronan Keating, very simply because he sacked me.
Oh, it, Christina Aguilera. Little house in Malibu. It's the most extravagant purchase I've ever made. It's only a little house, though.
I guess it's probably the house I just bought in America.
I bought a Rolls Royce at an Elton John auction, and I paid way over the top, but I just bought it because I liked it. And I also bought a new Bentley recently, so cars are my only really extravagant.
Now, could that be a train or a taxi?
Is the Heathrow Express public transport?
Somebody's public transport, I can't remember, years ago.
I used a train For the X Factor, I came back on a train from Newcastle to London, there.
And I always get black cabs in London. Are they public transport?
I've managed to grab Mrs. O. I'm sat in a position of power, nestled between Thornton, Mr. Hudson, and of course Sharon. Now Tabby's getting up. Are you excited about tomorrow night?
Excited, nervous, everything you can imagine, all rolled into one.
The young lad, he's up there now. He's just started playing and throwing up or something. He's been recording with Ozzy this week. How did it go?
Really well. He's been recording for himself and with Ozzy.
And what was it like? What was the experience like? And how did Ozzy think he got on?
Really well. He did really good.
Okay, talk me through the songs choices this week, because we've obviously got the U2 number he's singing now and also Rod Stewart. Why have you gone for those two?
Great classic songs. Great songs.
Do you think there's an element that you want to get Tabby singing stuff, that classic songs that people love as well and they want to hear him sing?
Yes. And I think that the songs suit his voice.
Which is the most important thing.
Yeah.
Okay, let's have a quick listen for a bit.
On a barbed wire fence, one man he resists. One man watched on an empty beach. One man returned with a kiss. In the name of love. One more in the name.
So what have you been working on specifically this week with the young man?
We've been on a campaign trail. We've been campaigning for votes all week.
Where have you been? Talk me through it.
Where haven't we been?
Hey, you went to a football match.
Yes, we did. I took him to a football match with Ozzy. There were 20,000 Watford fans there.
And they loved it.
They did. They had the best time.
Now look, I know we talked about this last Saturday. We talked about Series 2, but I want to get it for sure whether you're going to do Series 2 or not yet. Do you know? Have you made up your mind?
Nobody's asked me.
Have they still not asked you?
No. Are they trying to tell me something? We want you back, Sharon. I'm back. Sharon will be back. We'll all be back.
Have you been asked?
Yes.
I haven't been asked.
I haven't been asked.
Me and Sharon will be back.
Listen, it's a given. Why break up a winning team? This is the sign for you and I.
Let's do a spin-off show, Sharon. That's what we should do. We're going to take a short break while we work on our spin-off show. When we come back, we're going to have exclusive with G4 and Steve as well, so we'll see you after the break. Welcome back to the Xtra Factor. As you can see, the G4 boys are up there. They're just having a last-minute prep from their manager, Ash. But Dave's joined us. Dave, talk us through the choices of song this week. We're going back to Bohemian Rhapsody. We know that's, you know, a cracking G4 song.
Oh, it's a great number, you see. We've got to pull out cards for the last couple of weeks. The boys have worked really hard over the last 4 weeks, and they were the wild cards. Nobody thought that they would ever get this far, and here they are. We're going to be doing 2 numbers. We're doing Oh Holy Night, which is like a hymn, an old carol, and Bohemian Rhapsody.
It's quite a set. I mean, the Queen thing clearly works for the boys. I think it's the 3rd Queen song they'll have done. What is it about that lends itself to the G4 voices?
The songs themselves were structured really, really well. Freddie Mercury, I mean, he was a genius when he wrote these songs. They were structured so that anyone can sing them, absolutely anyone, and they work well with these type of boys as well.
Okay, what about the Christmas Carol? Was it because of the time of year, because they want to go for a different sort of feel?
Yuletide, Christmas, you know, happy. It's all uplifting, so it's great.
Okay, now we know for a fact they've been getting very showbiz and they've had quite a boozy week. Have they been paying for their booziness with their rehearsals?
I have absolutely no idea, sir.
Come on, you can give some stuff away, Dave.
I can't give anything away.
You must be really chuffed that they're still in the competition. Can you see them getting through to the final now?
You know, from the beginning, I said these guys were wild cards. You don't know what to expect from them. As the week goes by, you know, they've grown, they've changed, they've adapted. They've had to do Hit Me Baby one more time, and they've still come back fighting. These boys are terrific. They're going to win. They're going to win.
You've heard it right here. Dave reckons they're going to win. Who knows? But we're going to carry on listening to the guys. In the meantime, if you could give our judges some superhuman powers, what do you reckon you'd give them? It's a bit of a silly question, and we got some pretty silly answers from you lot as well.
The powers to make Tabby win.
Help people. I think Simon Cowell would have laser eyes because the looks that he gives anyone could make someone freeze.
Simon would have the special power to hide people in his trousers. And quite frankly, I'd like to be there.
Superman Simon. What powers would he have? It'd make me climb the walls.
Oh, that's Spider-Man. Sharon, I think she'd be the ice lady, and she'd just zap Simon Powell.
I think Sharon would probably just be sarcastic women.
She'd be able to mother the earth, I think.
Louis, I think, would be able to calm troubled waters.
Stop a tap dripping.
Yeah.
Louis would be a fairy.
Louis, I think we would have to make him like super train driver or something.
No, he's like Super Ted.
I think they would have the power to make everybody be able to sing.
How very cute. It's slightly misguided, very cute. We're about to get another sound check. Steve's up there. He's going to start singing for us. Do you want to take it away? We can chat to Annie. Now, Annie, this week's songs, talk me through the choices that Steve's made.
Have I Told You Lately? And The Greatest Love of All.
OK, why have you gone for these two?
Steve's really comfortable with them, and we wanted to make sure he was this week. He was a little unsure about one of the songs last week, although he did grow to love it, but we wanted him to be absolutely comfortable this week.
So he can nail it and rock it?
He'll nail it all right.
Okay, let's have a quick listen.
Have I told you there's no one above you? Mike up the river. You fill my heart with gladness, take away my sadness. Ease my troubles, that's what you do. For the morning sun.
The thing that I always get, Annie, when I watch Steve, is it just seems so effortless.
Yeah, he's got a great technique, naturally. It isn't completely effortless. He makes it look that way. But, you know, it's all working inside. It's like the swan technique, you know, gliding on the surface, but there's a lot going on underneath.
It's a bit like me on the surface, very calm. Underneath, I'm panicking like anything. What have you been most impressed with Steve over the weeks in terms of how he's developed from all those weeks ago, 7 weeks ago when we started the live shows?
I think his confidence is growing hugely. He's beginning to actually believe in himself more. And he takes direction a lot better now as well, from Simon, from all of us, really.
Did you find it quite difficult in the start because you had a pretty tricky group, because you had Verity, you had Rowetta and you had Steve, and they're all older and they've all been singing for a long time?
That's right. They've all not become set in their ways, but they all have their own style, and so it's kind of harder to try something new, you know. But no, they've all in their own ways. They've sort of adapted well, really. I think so.
Well, we're going to see them perform tonight. Can you see them going through and winning this, Annie?
I can indeed.
Too right, you can. Of course you can. Thank you very much, Annie. OK, well, that's it for Fun Filled Friday. G4, Tabby and Steve are all going to be performing for their future tomorrow on ITV1 at 8:10. Each judge got one contestant left, and one of them will have nothing by the end of the show. We will be here at 8:10 on ITV2, along with Little Britain's David Walliams. He's going to be joining us with Toya Wilcox and Lady Isabella Harvey. It's going to be a great show. Make sure you'll join us as well. Have a good night. See you later.
It's all too...
When were you going to tell me?
Yeah, but just don't go mad with it.